Bro, can I play with you? Of course, Juniao, yes. I'll quickly finish this game and then we'll play together. And we can play against the bot together as well. Oh, sure. Pal, welcome to the stream. Sure. Yes, Akeem, I hear you as well. Juniao, do I need to turn down the music volume? Let me know. Okay. The moment this game ends, please send me a game request. Sometimes they have this move, aiming for a long-term attack. Okay, it's fine. Perfect. And let's capture the pawn. He's planning a long-term attack here. You know, but if I trade, imagine if I trade, how does he benefit? So you see, if the trade happens, what if I go here and take the bishop instead of the other creature? But what if I simply eliminate the knight? All his attack vanishes. The attack goes away. That means the game goes away. Check. F6. He has a check. I block with the rook. Why F6? Because his knight would be too strong if it reaches here. And now F5. If he takes, I missed it, but we have bishop F6, luckily. F takes, hits the knight, and the plan is to go here on the next move. These are some tricky lines actually. You will really need to know this by heart to make it work. Bishop here. We're threatening the rook as well, so he needs to blink. He doesn't have time to attack me on this side of the board. Okay, so trade happens. Can I do this? There is this annoying pin. We're threatening to promote. We're threatening to take the rook. I don't see any problematic moves on his part. He has a check. We take, and then what? And what if we simply queen here? Okay, but what if we simply take it? And what if we simply take this one? Yes, he got the queen, but we are +5. So does it really matter? What if we block with the queen? Get the rook involved. And give a check. Go here to go here. Okay, alright. This is the next move that's coming. Queen f4 check. Yes. He might lose his queen if he's not careful. Or the rook. He might try, but he might try. You know? Okay. Alright, I'll just quickly explain this position to you, Junyao, if you're here. And then we'll play the game, okay? Amazing. We did it. So now I'll quickly explain the point of this variation. Let me check. Yes, stay tuned to the stream. I'll try to quickly explain the game to you. Okay, so you see, he plays e4. What's the point of e4? Of course, you know the move. He plays knight c3. Knight c3 is closed Sicilian. In closed Sicilian, what they try to do is they don't try to get this d4 pawn break in general. This is called the closed Sicilian, where they don't open the center. Why don't they open the center? It's because they want to keep it closed, and then in the long term they want to attack one specific side of the board, and that is the king side in this case. Because you see, wherever the pawn structure is looking, you can expect your opponent to attack that side of the board, and here you can see his pawn structure will be looking towards this side of the board. You can draw an arrow towards this, and you'll see he's trying to attack this side of the board. So we go e6, trying to develop the knight here. Not here, because in some positions this could be a problem. So this is studied position, and we get the knight out. He moves the queen. You see why he moved the queen here. His idea is to transfer his queen onto this side of the board. His light squared bishop is already looking to this side of the board, and now his pawn will go up. So you see, he's planning to attack with the queen, with the bishop, with the knight, with the rook, with this knight. Except this rook, he's trying to use most of his pieces to attack me, and that's really scary, and things can go south pretty fast if you're not careful. So the computer says it is already a mistake to capture this pawn this way. You can see how tricky this variation is, and it wants me to play this move here. Why? If they go here, trying to attack me, I would trade, and I'll just quickly play out the moves. Trade, and then knight g6 hits the queen, forces them to take action. There's no knight move and checkmate happening pretty fast. Say he goes here, and he's determined that he'll go here and checkmate me. The computer says, no rush, you have this other knight joining the game. If this knight goes here, you have h6. In simple words, his attack does not work. And I have to keep it in mind that even I can take with a g-pawn, but I took with a pawn to keep the structure, but the engine says it's not good because he gets this move. I took it, and it says it's already plus 2.7, almost plus 3 for white in this position. I'm plus 2 pawns, and it says it is better for my opponent. You see how tricky this position is. And he says that the engine says that there is this move, and then they crash through. In simple words, it's not good for me. And my opponent took back with the pawn. That was not good. I tried to trade, and somehow, miraculously, I survived this game. Yeah, but this was a human, so against a human there is a chance to survive. And then this is just the byproduct. So what I have to remember in the long run, that after all this, I have to play the move g takes f5, and if he goes queen h4, I'll trade, go knight g6. This is what I have to remember. This is the takeaway, and we're good to go. If you're ready, let's begin. So if you want to send the game request one more time, we are good to go. Yeah. Okay, we are ready. Here we go. Oh yes, I'm playing with the white pieces. e4. Alright, the French defense. The Tarrasch variation of the French defense. Very good. c5 is a good move. Knight f3. Trade. I can't remember my opening preparation here. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I can capture this pawn, but it would open and develop the bishop. Bishop b5, a6. I don't want to give up the bishop right now. Probably I have to accept this reality. Yeah. Alright, the bishop goes back there. Bishop e2. Not bishop d3. Castles. c3, so that the pawn doesn't go forward. Okay, so the dark bishop is on this side of the board. I'll try to put my dark bishop here so that it's a problem for black, and the reason is it will be a little bit difficult to unpin. He will go h6, g5, okay. Improve the knight. Okay, it's a trade. Okay, I have the two bishops. I'll try to put pressure. Oh, let's go into the endgame. So the plan is to put pressure on this pawn in the long run. That's it. That's the plan. This is my long-term target. Attack the pawn 1,000 times. I mean, put pressure on the pawn for as long as possible. One little pawn weakness and you can just continue to put pressure on that. That's the rule. Yes. Okay. Oh. I made a mistake. Yes, yes, yes. I made a mistake. I did make a mistake. Oh no, now you liquidate the entire queen side. Yeah. I had a winning positional advantage. I just messed up. But I'll try. Yeah, but this might lead to a tricky position because you see, that's the problem with pawn weaknesses. Once you have pawn weaknesses, you can get into a zugzwang pretty fast. Yeah, a good game, pal. Good game. Okay. Now let's quickly analyze this. Yes, this is that was good game. It was a draw at some point. So now let's see. White plays e4, e6. Okay, I'll show you from your perspective. So you see knight d2. The idea is not to put the knight on c3 so that black doesn't pin the knight and create problems. So I went knight d2, then c5, attacking the center. Yes, that's a good move. Knight f3, knight c6. Perfect. And then trade happened. And the engine doesn't like this move. Yes. So this is my improvement. I'm supposed to go bishop b5, and I was not so sure how the line goes after this. And castles and bishop d6 and the game would continue. I'm supposed to give up the bishop in these positions. Okay, that's my learning. But now for you, you had a good position. It's a playable position. These are all good moves. This is all good. Bishop e6 is a good move. Trading was a little bit beneficial. You see, you have an isolated pawn here on d5, and if you'll trade from your end, you want your opponent to take the knight. This is the takeaway for you in this case. You have an isolated pawn. Say you play a rook move like this, and your opponent takes your knight. That's better for you, because now your pawn is not isolated anymore. You see, that's one learning for you from this game. If you want to take the screenshot and save it, you can save this idea. So in this position, this is red, so this is screenshot number 1. Red means no. That will be a reminder for you. Don't play this move. Just 1 second. Yes, this is the screenshot. This one benefits your opponent a little bit. Right. This could be a green move. Even trading, you should always check who benefits from the trade. Always ask yourself who benefits from the trade. If you want to write down somewhere, make sure to write it down. Who benefits from the trade, you should always ask. And if it benefits your opponent even a little bit based on pawn structure, don't do it. If your piece is better than his piece, also then you don't want to trade. You see? So before trading, you have to check which piece is better. You have to check the pawn structure as well, and then decide who benefits from the trade. And there are many other things to check, but you can start with these two. These two I use a lot: the pawn structure and the quality of the piece that you're trading. And then going forward, you see this trade at the end created. In the end game, it's quite difficult to defend so many pawn weaknesses, and that was my idea from the very beginning. And then I got my rook to the d file, and I was just supposed to win from here. I don't know what I was smoking. I played the move h3 instead of king f1, because you see at the end this rook infiltrating my position was a problem. The much better move was king f1 and do the same thing. So in a winning position, for me, I had to not allow the counterplay, and I did it. Yeah, and this was my mistake, allowing the rook to go in. Imagine my king was here. The rook would never infiltrate. That means I would be up a pawn, and up a pawn slowly I would convert the position. But then the trades happened, and then you see, once again, another learning. In this position, trading the rooks was fatal for black. Of course, you were in time trouble, but imagine you have more time, then you don't want to play this move. Why? Because once again, you have weak pawns, so many weak pawns, and your opponent's king can easily put pressure on the weak pawns, and they're stuck, they can't move. You can easily get zugzwanged here, and you're in a zugzwang after this move. Zugzwang, you already know the definition. If someone is in zugzwang, whatever move they make, it worsens their position, and here, whatever you play here, it loses the pawn. So zugzwang is like being stuck in a position and you can't make a good move. So You see, these are the takeaways from this game, and imagine we play the same variation the next time. What you might want to try is the move in a position like this. Don't take it, wait for them to take. Trade on your own terms. If you want to write down somewhere, always trade on your own terms. Okay, I'll quickly finish this game here in the meantime. Alrighty, c5, d6, trade, knight out, push, queen e2. Thank you so much, Juniao. I can't remember how this one goes. I'll keep it simple. e6, queen c7, b5. Is he going to do this? I don't know. He's doing well here in the position for sure. Is he waiting for me to go h6 g5, trade? Wait, h6 might be a move here. He should be taking, otherwise I'll go g5. Trade, and at the end I might get this h2. What? Oh my god, what is this? If I take, he takes, and I'll get checkmated. If I take with the bishop, or how about going back? I just lost tempo. Of course it's horrible for me, but at least I'm not toast so fast. You see, I need to know this theory so much. Without knowing the theory, someone can be toast in a moment. g5. Okay. E takes, bishop to e7. How does he plan to finish me off from there? I would like to see that. Oh no, he simply takes. Oh, luckily he didn't do it. Queen g3. Queen c7. Threatening a simple checkmate. Hitting the queen. Oh my god, what did I do? What did I do? He simply takes the pawn. Sorry, he simply takes the knight. Oh no. What did I do just now? Oh no. Not good, not good. Here's queen takes e5. I didn't see it. Check. Oh, he can take it. His knight defends. Yep. Okay. Alright, now, takeaway for me. Let's see what my takeaway is. So, he has studied this line. Queen goes to e2. e6 is already a mistake. Is not a good move. He slowly builds up from here. And then he gets this knight d5 move. Oh my god. How do I avoid all this? After queen e2. What? Bishop g5. Knight bd7, queen e2. e6 is a move. I played it. Queen c7 I played. Bishop b7 was a mistake. It allows knight to d5. And if I go b4 and he plays knight d5, ed, ed, bishop e7, knight c6. Oh, this is so complicated. I need to memorize this. That's not good. So what do I play against this queen e2 move? That's a good point. h6 probably. Bishop back. Oh really? Do I need to go h6 g6? Castles. And then e5? Shoot, I need to know this. h6 g6 followed by e5. This might be an idea to try. We'll see. Okay, let's hope this is a human. e4, knight out, bishop, hitting the pawn. Bishop f8 is a threat. Okay. Queen g3. Okay, knight f6, knight e2. d3. Bishop g5. Long castles. Did he have knight h5? Good question. Bishop d2. I hope my queen is not in trouble after knight h5. Okay. He wants to go knight here.